Welcome back, my friends. Today we are going to be checking out the new Lyman 51st edition reloading handbook. If you haven't seen, they own Mark 7 or whatever, so they've got some crazy progressive stuff going on now. There's a pretty good article in here about progressive loading and all that fun stuff. But anyways, let's get started. I haven't spent a lot of time in this book so far, but we'll go ahead and check it out. Obviously, there's table of contents and all that stuff. And just like every other good manual you're going to find, they have a decent section here on how to reload, why to reload. I'm going to tell you about all the tools you're going to need, all the steps to go from fired brass or brand new from the factory, go from brass to a loaded piece of ammunition you can fire out of your gun. And usually the good, about a third of your book might even be the how-tos and the 101 and all that stuff. So Lyman's a good source for that. You know, obviously they've been leading evolution overloading for over a century, so, you know, they obviously know what they're talking about. Anyways, it's just got lots of tips and fun stuff in here, different stuff about your bullets and how to select your powder, selecting your bullets. They have stuff about case prep, using a case gauge, how to find out what's happening to your case. These are some splits, case head separation, so on and so forth. Very important if you're new. So you guys look for the data, right? That's why you buy the manual. Anyways, they have a couple different cartridges in here for this new edition. Some of you guys might be excited to see 6 arc data. They have it for both a gas gun and bolt action because they run on different pressures, so always work up in your own gun and look for pressure and be aware and all that stuff. But the 6 arc data goes from, I think, 75 grains up to 107s here, and again, both bolt action and gas gun data. They also have 6.5 PRC. The 300 blackout section now has a couple cast loads, so that's pretty awesome. Up to 180 grains or a 160 grain load. Very cool. We also have data for 300 PRC, 155 grains up to 230s. Very nice. I was excited to see data for 350 Legend. We also have a cast bullet option, and they're pushing it up to 2,500 feet per second with a number 2 alloy. So I'm going to guess this might be for powder coating, so I'm going to actually try some of this data with some of my bullets I have that are roughly 150 grains. So that's pretty cool to see. We also have 450 Bushmaster. I don't know if either of those were in the 50th edition, but I'm glad to see it. They also have some cast loads there up to 325 grains and down to 200, and you can get those guys smoking hot. Here at the back, before we finish up, we have the relative burn rate chart. I like seeing, you know, different companies, different versions of it, because there's obviously more than 152 powders. And if you look between different manufacturers, you know, number 6 might not be Clay's. It might be something totally different depending on who's testing it or whatnot. So anyways, that was a look at the new Lyman 51st edition handbook. Looks pretty nice. But anyways, if you enjoy this sort of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not so far. You can also check me out on Instagram. You can support the channel over on patreon.com/dummyround. You can go to dummyroundreloading.com, and we will see you in the next video. Have a good one.